Hello artists! So today I'm going to go over unweaving. So these are the supplies that you will need. Have some scissors, some glue, and then I picked out some ribbons, some pipe cleaners, and some burlap. So with this burlap, can you see all the lines? It's all the under and over from the warp pieces going up and down, and the weft pieces going left and right. So to get started, let's scoot these over. We're gonna start with our burlap. So what you want to do, see all these little pieces that are sticking out? You want to get rid of those pieces. So go ahead and you can pull off the burlap strips. You can do on the edges, just to get kind of a clean slate. And then just make a pile of all your scraps off to the side, because we're going to be throwing those pieces away. Alright, so now that we kind of got it all cleaned up, what we want to do is pull some from the middle. So we want to pull the warp pieces. So I'm going to start with the up and down pieces, and you want to have room so you can insert your ribbon pieces or your pipe cleaner pieces or even some yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and start from up here. So I'm going to go about 5 in and then pull one at a time. So now it's going to start to bunch up like this. So you want to hold your piece and also hold the burlap with your other hand and slowly wiggle and pull. And then it'll come out just like that. So now if you see, there's a line right here missing. So I'm going to do that a few more times. So now you can see I have a stripe right here. And it's a little too small yet for this ribbon, but it will fit nicely with this ribbon. So I'm going to leave that there and move on to the next section. So now I'm going to make a bigger one for one of my bigger ribbons. So now I'm going to go make sure you leave some space in between, because if they're too close together, then you could lose some of the structure. So I'm going to go about right here and pull the warp piece. So now I have one that will fit my bigger ribbon. Then I'm just going to keep going until this side is done. Alright, so now you can see that I have some stripes that are up and down, the warp pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it and start pulling some of the weft pieces. So what I'm going to do is then you're gonna, from the bottom, pull some of these strings out also. Now you can see that I'm creating spaces. And remember, these are the weft pieces. So when you're done pulling all the pieces out, you can go ahead and throw away your scrap pieces. Now we get to add in our warp and weft pieces with the ribbon, yarn, and pipe cleaners. So I picked one of my bigger ribbons, so it'll fit in my big space. So there are weft pieces here that are open. So I take my ribbon and go under through the burlap, pull it through, then I'm going to go over. And then under, pull it through, and go over. Now I leave about 5 strings in between each over and under, so that I have a consistent pattern. And there you go. So now I'm going to do all the rest of my pieces, and that's good to go. So when you are done, grab your glue bottle, open it up, and on the burlap on the edges, we're going to put a tiny dot of glue so that the strings don't fall apart when you are all done. So go all the way around the edges, dot, dot, dot. Then, when you're done with all the glue, take your finger and rub the glue into the burlap. If you don't want glue on your fingers, you can also take a Kleenex and wrap it around your finger, then rub the glue into the burlap. And there you are. You're all done. So if you would like, you can grab a piece of colored paper and put it behind it. This is called a mount. So I picked this blue piece of paper. So what I could do is I could glue it down to the blue paper. With another example, I used black paper to mount it.